were refused because they were being treated in a psychiatric hospital.
Excuse me, what? Your parents?
Was in a psychiatric hospital?
Well, what's going on in the story? I'm getting back into this. Oh my word.
This is Kitty. Kitty is crying because you didn't leave a like on the video. If you want Kitty to stop crying and be happy, like the video in the next 5 seconds. Meow meow. Kitty is happy now.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel for another true animation story. Now today we are looking at my mom has been lying to me for 10 years that I'm blind. Until I found out the truth. Okay, I really want to know what's going on here. So before we do that, you guys gotta give a like on this video. So smash that like button, make it turn blue, and if you are new to this channel, do consider subscribing. Click on the subscribe button, ring the notification bell on, and that will keep you updated on these awesome true animation stories and all the other reaction videos that we do here on this fun channel. So you know what, let's get straight into this because I'm curious what the heck is going on here. Let's do this. Magic earphones on. And let's see exactly what this person's talking about.
Hi, my name is Michelle. I'm 15 years old. What would you do if you woke up one day, opened your eyes, and realized that you can't see anything
Pleased to meet you, Michelle. And yeah, please explain to us.
more? I grew up with my parents in a house with a large garden and a swing. My father spent most of his time at work, so all day I was only with my mother. She did not leave me for a minute. All corners of the furniture in our house were covered with special foam rubber, and the floor was covered with soft, fluffy carpets. And there was no question of playing in the garden. I spent much time looking out of the window at the swing in the yard. But Mom was categorical. My only way to get a breath of freedom was when Mom fell asleep. She slept very firmly. It seems to me that even a herd of elephants could not wake her. And in the future, it played a cruel joke with her.
Yeah, I don't think that's possible. How the heck can you stay asleep if you hear a herd of elephants going past? That doesn't make sense. I don't think so.
Once, on my 4th birthday, when both Mom and Dad were at home preparing gifts for me, I noticed that the front door was opened. That was my chance. So I just ran out into the street and immediately ran to the swing. It turned out that they were higher than I could reach, but I managed to climb on them. My feet did not touch the ground, but I swayed more and more. I imagined myself to be a bird and spread my arms like wings. That was a mistake. I fell and it darkened in my eyes. I remember this day in such details because it was the last day I could see.
That must hurt. You had an accident.
Ouch!
I hope you're okay.
When I woke up, it was very dark. Later, my mother said that I asked her to turn on the light. She burst into tears and said that the light was already on, and I did not see anything because I was blind after the blow. I didn't understand what that meant. Mom said that I have a rare disease of the lens of the eye, heltetitis. Heltetitis.
A what? The heck is... I couldn't even pronounce that. What the heck is that?
It has not been studied much, and therefore no medicine exists for it. This is a congenital disease, but it intensified after a strong blow. Mom said that the eyes during this illness are very weak, and even the slightest draft or a drop in temperature can cause severe inflammation, and I can lose my sight forever. I was a child, and it scared me very much. But fortunately, according to the parents, this process can be taken under control. They bought a special blindfold, which was very tight to the eyes and in such a way maintained the same temperature. Mom did not stop calming me down. She came up with fairy tales about blind princesses, in whom the handsome prince fell in love and everything was fine with them. I gradually got used to the new world. My parents made a room for me in our basement and equipped it with special sensors that responded to my voice. There was everything I needed, and even more. And also, Dad gave me a new dress every month. Although I did not see them, I felt the fabric, its texture, silk, velveteen, velvet, linen. That made me truly happy because I remained a girl who was pleased with attention and gifts. And also, I was pampered with the most delicious dishes, so over the years, I have become a real gourmet. If only I knew that it would not lead to anything good. And although all my whims were immediately fulfilled, no matter how I asked to go out, they did not listen to me. I begged, at least for half an hour. Just stay in nature, walk on the grass, and touch the flowers.
Yo, come on. Your daughter wants to go outside and go play. Surely you can supervise. Just fulfill her wish. There's nothing wrong with that. Come on.
It was my dream. But my parents over and over again said categorically no. If I were in the room above, not in the basement, I would try to escape. But here I had no chance. Moreover, the room was locked with 2 locks. I heard it by sound. I got older, but nothing changed. The same gourmet food, new dresses every month, studying in the format of audio lessons. I was sure that I was ready to go out because I wouldn't sit in this basement until the end of my life. I turned 14, and I felt that it was time to get out into the big world, at least beyond that bunker. When I once again started this conversation with my mother, she became angry and replied that it was too dangerous on the street for a blind young girl. I decided to act differently and began to prepare an escape plan. All I needed was a key, but Mom was too careful and never left it in the room when she was gone. Therefore, I persuaded my mother to stay with me. I said that for several days in a row I had bad dreams, and I want her to be near. Mom was touched by that, but I was ashamed to deceive her. But what would you do in my place?
I don't know.
I don't know what I would do. I actually don't know what I would do. I would probably just go out. Knowing me, I would find a way to get out of that bunker and explore the world, even that I'm blind.
I would still feel and explore the world.
So, when my mother fell asleep, firmly as usual, I got out of bed without problems, without waking her, and began to look for keys. I managed to find a bunch of keys with a massive keychain. There were several keys, and among them one stood out, one very small. I immediately understood what it was for. Mom was sleeping nearby. I heard her breathing. My hands were trembling, but I managed to unlock the blindfold, and I immediately covered my mouth with my hands so as not to cry out. Although the room was dark enough, but I saw a glow from a small rectangular screen on the bedside table near the bed, and along the walls there was a soft light. I didn't have time to look through the rest. Even from such a weak amount of light, I felt a strong pressure in my eyes. I quickly snapped the blindfold. Since that day, my life has been divided into before and after. The plan was born in my head very quickly. I only needed a few days. Within 3 days, I will remove the blindfold so that my eyes could slowly get used to the light. And then I'll take my whole bunch of keys from my mother and get out of the room onto the street.
Yeah, I don't know if that plan's gonna work.
I don't think it's gonna work. Mathematically, that plan's not gonna work. Alright, if you succeed, let me know.
First of all, I would try to get to the hospital myself and find out what was wrong with me. Was that a miraculous healing, or had my parents deceived me for all of my life? If only I knew how everything would turn out in reality. In the first 3 days, everything really went according to the plan. Mom stayed with me at night, and I tried to get used to the weak light. There was no time left. I took the keychain, opened the door, and left the basement. I remembered well the location of everything in the house, and the heightened sense of space helped me quickly find the front door. I went outside for the first time in 10 years. It was still dark, and it was just the beginning of the dawn. But the first rays of the sun literally burned my eyes. It was an incredible pain. My eyes began to water heavily. But inside, I rejoiced. It was an amazing moment. I went out of the gate without obstacles. The car drove. I saw a man, a middle-aged man in a bright red cap. This was the first real person after my parents that I saw in my life. I asked to be taken to the hospital. He took out a rectangular thing. There must be a phone that my mother told me about, and then dictated the address into it. I don't know how it happened, but I told him everything about childhood, a stupid swing, a blindfold, and my diagnosis, helatitis. The man picked up the phone again. He said that he was connected to the internet, and with its help you can find out anything. He asked me to spell my diagnosis, and then he said that such a disease does not exist.
Excuse me, what?
No way!
That disease doesn't exist?
Oh, hell no!
No way! You gotta be kidding me! Does that mean your mom lied about the disease? What else did she lie about?
A police car arrived very soon. A tall man in the uniform asked my name and asked where I live. I started to cry. I could not return home right now. Another woman arrived, as I later found out, a psychologist, because I was a minor. We went to the police station. I could not even imagine what was waiting for me. I dictated the names of my parents, Mr. and Mrs. Blake's. I named their dates of birth. A few minutes later, I heard a policeman tell his partner that these people had never had children. He said that they tried to adopt a child 15 years ago, but they were refused because they were being treated in a psychiatric hospital. I could not believe what I heard.
Your number's still 911? Oh, righty then.
Excuse me, what? Your parents?
Was in a psychiatric hospital?
Well, what's going on in the story? I'm getting back into this. Oh my word.
Would you believe it? I tried to cope with the shock, and then my parents came into the office. I mean, those people whom I considered so. They admitted everything. It turned out that they took me from the yard, from some large family from a neighboring state. I couldn't wrap my head around it. Mom and Dad cried and repeated that they loved me more than anything and would never hurt me. That they just wanted to protect me because my stroller stood for days in the yard and nobody cared. But the worst thing, as it turned out, was waiting for me ahead. A few days later, I was taken to my real parents. It would be better if that did not happen. My family was a couple of alcoholics who had 4 sons. And the worst thing was that they did not even remember that 15 years ago they had a daughter. But no one put me on the threshold. They just didn't care. They drank all day long, and the children screamed, fought, asked for food and money. In those rare days when the mother nevertheless was cooking, the food was disgusting, but I had no choice. I was constantly hungry. There were no formal clothes.
Yeah, you know what?
Won't believe-
I would go back to your parents that adopt you. I'm sorry, but I would rather go back there. You had a perfect life. Even though that you were blind and you could not see, and your mom lied about it, you had a perfect life with your adopted parents. Not where you are now. I'm sorry.
it, but I already regretted that I don't have a blindfold because most of all, I would like to stop seeing this hell that was around. And of course, I really missed my mom and dad who raised me. They were strange, but they really loved me and were ready for anything for the sake of my happiness. And these people are strangers to me. After several weeks of such a life, I complained to social services and I was sent to a shelter. That's where I am now. Yes, I know now what the internet is, what life with eyes is, but I understand that this is a crazy idea, but I agree to become blind again just to feel the love of other people. And what would you be willing to sacrifice to be loved? Write in the comments, and in the meantime, click like and subscribe to the channel.
Wow. Sheesh. This story really flipped right over. Well, let me know what you guys think. Drop your comments in the comment section down below. Let me know. Video, massive thumbs up. Smash that like button. Make it turn blue. And if you are new to this channel, do hit that subscribe button. Ring the notification bell on, because that will keep you updated on these new true animation stories and all the other reaction videos that we do here. If you comment in the first 24 hours of this video being posted, I will showcase your comments down below. And I'll see you guys next week on a brand new video. And I'll see you guys on the next one. This is Ricky. Sign out. Cheers, guys.